This is a Tesseract, and that's pretty much all you'll ever know for sure about it.
Tesseract-style opening credits. Floating staircase is a win.
Secret military research facility on brightly lit exposed mesa. Helicopters do not need to follow roadways. Coulson wears sunglasses at night. Nick Fury's character development literally begins and ends with eye patch. Exciting superhero movie starts with plotting exposition.
Need you to make sure the phase 2.
Not even 3 minutes into the Avengers, and they're already talking about phase 2?
Nothing harmful, low levels of gamma radiation.
That can be harmful.
I guess that depends on your perspective on the Hulk.
Yeah, the cube is a doorway to the other end of space, right? Doors open from both sides.
Add psychic intuition to Hawkeye's abilities list. Can we just talk about how well planned out the MCU has been? We've got Thor's villain, Cap's MacGuffin, Iron Man's building is used for the portal, and the Hulk is a pivotal part of Loki's plan when he intentionally gets captured. All of our Phase 1 characters are important, and we all feel like we're being rewarded for having watched all of those films.
Possibly racist movie kills 2 Asian extras in a row. Tesseract powers allow for mind control by tapping the center of the chest. Dangerous energy source, space doorway with gamma radiation? Screw it. Transport by hand.
Please don't.
Politeness.
I am Loki, and I am burdened with glorious purpose.
So this is the first of many, but let's just get this out of the way. Tom Hiddleston doesn't even care.
The bulletproof vest fake out.
Robin Sparkles to the rescue!
First action piece of major superhero film is a boring car chase.
I know people complained about a car chase being in their superhero movie, but I'm coming back to my theory on too much of a good thing. Plus, there's really only one superpowered dude right now, and he does this.
We are at war.
Furthermore, the Avengers hasn't actually started yet. That was just a teaser. Ah, so good. Who didn't get chills when that title card came on screen? Even if you've never read a comic book, this is exciting. And if you're a rabid fanboy, you just lost your mind.
This scene does not contain a lap dance.
Badass good girl. What are Black Widow's powers, you ask? She's awesome. That's what.
Bruce Banner is hiding out where only little girls and S.H.I.E.L.D. can find him.
And now we start with our hero intros. Since Banner had the least successful solo outing, we start with him to get used to our new actor. And Mark Ruffalo is a great Bruce Banner. He has the lightness that others didn't.
Stop lying to me!
Even when he's threatening to Hulk out.
S.H.I.E.L.D. answers to 4 people on vertical plasma screens?
Our next intro is our surrogate, Captain America. He's a fish out of water, or a man out of time, as it were. And so he often needs things explained to him, and therefore, he's us. Third, we get Iron Man, who we're all pretty well acquainted with by now, as he's the only member to get 2 solo films before the Avengers. Cap may be our surrogate, but Stark is like our cooler best friend. We know his history. He earned a spot on this team. Yeah, if I was a billionaire genius, this is probably the first thing I'd invest in. Robots to change my clothes for me as I walked in the door? What can I say? I like convenience.
Security breach.
And Robert Downey Jr. continues to prove why he's the perfect cast for Stark.
Bad guy henchmen running laps. Loki's scepter is also a space phone.
Is that the only word on me?
Only word I care about.
Cap slowly slipping into his leadership role.
The helicarrier is hella stupid.
Physics be damned, the helicarrier rocks.
Cloaking device is dumb, but I also don't know why they're hiding. Cap pays off a bet he never technically accepted.
We're sweeping every wirelessly accessible camera on the planet.
When the Dark Knight does it, Lucius Fox just about quits. S.H.I.E.L.D. does it, no one bats an eyelash.
We're sweeping every wirelessly accessible camera on the planet.
Wirelessly accessible camera on the planet.
The Tesseract has shown me so much.
Loki's mind control is so much more interesting than other versions of brainwashing. Neither Hawkeye or Selvig are mindless drones. It's as if Loki changed their perspective. It's actually a much more frightening power.
Captain, you're up.
Cap is also the first to really accept joining the team and the first to be put into action.
Loki makes grand appearance changes that barely change his appearance. Attacks Germans but lectures them in English.
Literally standing up for what you believe in. Saving the innocent.
Did he just jump from a plane? You know, the Nazis had pieces of flair that they made the Jews wear.
Agent Romanoff, you miss me?
Now, that's an entrance.
Make your moves, reindeer games.
Get it? Because of the horns. And then there was Thor.
Late night kidnap, brotherly argument on a mountain. Superhero pissing contest. Supervillain prisoner left unattended.
How great is this little spat? We get an Iron Man versus Thor fight and no one really gets hurt. Yep. Who hasn't asked what an in-real-life meeting of Mjolnir and Cap's shield would look like?
And you kill cause it's fun.
I questioned that line in the past, but you know what? Fury's right.
Raise the missing mast. Ship topsails.
Sailor speak. You're doing it right.
Let's start with that stick of his. It may be magical, but it works an awful lot like a Hydra weapon.
Cap pulls off a perfect old guy who thinks he knows what's going on, but really has no clue. Even if he's actually right.
Flying monkeys. Monkeys. I do not understand.
I do. I understood that reference.
It's tough to keep up with Stark.
The other guy saved my life. Saved it for what?
I guess we'll find out.
Life save shadowing. You know, because Hulk catches Stark in the end. It's not my best foreshadow turn of phrase.
And why do I feel like he's the only person on this boat that wants to be here?
They may not know specifically what yet, but at least the majority of them all seem to get what's going on.
Superhero pissing contest number 2. Cap and Iron Man almost kiss.
Loki's plan is actually pretty straightforward if you're paying attention. We clearly see he, or his scepter, which is now on the helicarrier, has an immediate effect on Banner. During the argument, the scepter glows and hums as the argument increases in ridiculousness, and then the camera literally pans around the scepter to turn the Avengers on their heads. When was the last time we saw Cap threaten someone like this?
Put on the suit. Let's go a few rounds.
People are so petty and tiny.
This line from Thor is indeed hilarious, but doesn't he seem a little drunk, especially given the Dutch tilt? And now we have Stark with a headache. And why is Banner holding the scepter? Tony explains later,
He knows he has to take us out to win, right? That's what he wants.
that's why he allowed himself to be captured.
Mighty helicarrier basically neutered by one freaking arrow.
Hulk.
Clearly no radio in his ear, but he pretends to have one.
What's it look like in there?
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Every time I hear it. Is it just me? Ugh, you win, Rogers. Oh, did I mention Hulk? Yep. Yeah, Fury is more than just the eye patch. And Sherbatsky's an ace shot.
Computer virus delivered by Arrow. For a super soldier, Captain America is a terrible shot.
Quick hands. Grenade spike.
Loki tricks Thor with the old Lucy Charlie Brown football prank. So Loki's plan was to get captured on purpose and then have Hawkeye break him out, but no real objective? Long, boring fight scene between characters we are already trying not to hate. Tesseract mind control powers erased with a simple blow to the head. Fury gives intimidating death stare to a computer screen.
I don't think
Yeah, even on his deathbed, Coulson gets the last laugh.
Dying person can't finish their last profound statement before dying cliché. Bad news negates the need for medical care. Nick Fury motivates the team by lying about the location of baseball cards. Cap gets AIDS from handling bloody baseball cards. Basically, indestructible heroes still need Little League pep talk to get up for the big challenge. Thor has trouble picking up his hammer, but it's never explained.
Here's another scene people were confused and or upset about. My interpretation is that whether Thor is actually worthy of the hammer or not, he's questioning it. He holds his hand out and before actually summoning Mjolnir, worries that maybe he isn't worthy after his epic failure.
You an alien?
Because I have some life-changing reading on polygamy if you're interested.
Monsters and magic and...
Listen, Natasha, we all agree there's no magic in the MCU, so stop trying to confuse us.
Was he married?
No. There was a cellist.
A little universe-building detail you may not have noticed. That's now the third connecting reference to Coulson's girlfriend, Audrey Nelson, who actually shows up in an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Every gadget in this movie has to glow with a blue light. Loki patiently waits for Iron Man to remove the damaged suit, grab a drink, banter a bit, and then put on a new suit instead of just killing him.
Earth's mightiest heroes type thing.
Haha, your lineup's a little off, though.
Too bad Loki's mind control powers only work if the scepter touches the exact center of a person's chest.
Thrown through plate glass? Correct, he's dead. But the rule of cool abides, and the Mark 7 is cool.
Generic bad guy soldiers whose abilities and shortcomings are never explained. Why are they even trying to stop an army that we never once see kill or injure a human being?
We can. Together.
Thor never gives up on his brother, even though he definitely should.
Captain America's really more of a super gymnast than a superhero.
I need a perimeter as far back as 39th.
Why the hell should I take orders from you?
'Cause he's the captain?
Black Widow knows exactly how to handle and fire an alien weapon seconds after picking it up. And suddenly, there was Bruce Banner on a motorcycle. Production Design 101. Don't imitate anything from Transformers. Hulk can suddenly control his powers because the story demands it.
Did you see that? The Hulk. It doesn't matter how many times I saw this in the trailer. Every time I see it while watching the movie, the 12-year-old inside me squeals with glee. Perfection.
Call it, Captain.
Tony gets it.
And Hulk. Smash.
Thor's lightning turns out to be really effective against the aliens, but he only uses it once.
Everything that's been promised in the solo movies comes to fruition. Not every member is as useful as the next, but they all use their skills and abilities and are an important part of winning the battle. Teamwork. Teamwork. Teamwork? Teamwork. Teamwork. Friendship. And this long take set piece is awesome! Lucky for all those people that Chrissy Seaver got trapped with them.
The Council would rather definitely kill everyone in New York with a nuclear weapon than maybe have some die in an alien invasion. Loki gets caught monologuing.
And I will not be bullied by that.
Puny God.
Nick Fury fires a missile at an American to stop him from firing a missile at Americans.
Saving New York.
All the enemy soldiers die like once the mothership is exploded.
and self-sacrifice.
There is no gravity in space, but Iron Man falls back to Earth anyway.
Saving a puny human.
I'll have that drink now.
Consider yourself revenged. Punished. Requited? Wait, what was it?
Have to be held responsible for the destruction done to the city.
Setting up Civil War this far back?
Are Banner and Stark dating now?
Why?
Because we'll need them to.
But only if it's really bad.
Credit scene to tease the next movie turns out to be a homework assignment. Shawarma scene missed by any moviegoer who didn't realize there would be 2 end credit scenes. So basically, everyone.
I mentioned earlier that this movie was its own reward for watching all the other Phase 1 films, which I personally believe to be rewards in and of themselves as well. But while Marvel was setting up this expansive, interconnected universe, they also created an amazing standalone movie. Obviously, I've seen all the Phase 1 films, but I only rewatched Cap recently, and I didn't feel like I needed to go back and rewatch Thor or Iron Man to really get what was going on. That being said, having gobbled up every bit of MCU media made the experience all the more enjoyable. We all feel like we're a part of this universe. We get all the jokes, like Cap,
I understood that reference.
and so far, we really haven't been let down. I love the pacing and the ebb and flow of this film. They bring all the Avengers together to mostly fight amongst themselves, and then catastrophe! They get scattered and beaten down. The final assemblage is so satisfying. It also added a new level of humor to the already comedic solo films.
He killed 80 people in 2 days.
He's adopted.
Pretty much everything out of Stark's mouth is hilarious.
That man is playing Galaga.
All the action set pieces are breathtaking and perfectly well constructed, and like I already said, there was so much that made my inner kid jump for joy. It's been said that The Avengers is actually the best Hulk movie we've gotten so far. As I'm sure you can all guess, I'm going to have plenty to say about both Ang Lee's Hulk and Norton's canonical Incredible Hulk. Still, I can't disagree that Mark Ruffalo brings something special to Bruce Banner, and Hulk as a part of this team works really well. RDJ and the Chris's brought the best parts of their characters to this ensemble without overshadowing each other and showed us how conflicting ideologies and skill sets can work together. The solo films got the ball rolling for the MCU, but the Avengers cemented it as a fixture in cinemas for years to come. And on the small screen too. You probably couldn't hear it, it was very quiet, but the reason Coulson didn't finish his dying words is because Fury actually cuts him off.
If they didn't have something to...
I know, to build a show around.
You ever tried shawarma?
I'm not finished yet.